Hey everyone, today we are going to be looking at graphs of equivalent ratios. And our I can statement is I can create a ratio. I can I can create a ratio table and plot them on the graph. So take those points that are in the ratio table and plot them on the graph. For our little check your skills here, it's just a little review of graphing, making sure that we're using X, Y appropriately. So this is the X, this is the Y. So we're going to go left or right first. Okay, here on my graph, here's X, here's Y. So for 2 comma 4, I'm going to go to the right 2, 1, 2, and then up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to label that point A. 0 comma 2 means to stay at 0 and then go straight up 2, so 1, 2. We're going to call that B. Letter C is 5 comma 0, so now we're going to go to the right 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to stay there. So there's point C, and then point D, we're going to go to the right 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 1. There's D. Okay, so when the 0 comes first, you're not going anywhere to the right, you're just going to go straight up. When the 0 comes second, you go to the right first and then stay put. Okay, and everything else is to the right and then up. Just a brief little review of graphing so that we know when we get to these ratio tables that we are going to be able to graph appropriately. So this one says tickets to the school play cost $3 each. The costs of 1, 2, and 3 tickets are shown in the table. We want to list this information as ordered pairs and then graph them. So if I have 1 ticket, it's $3. If I have 2 tickets, it's going to be $6. And if I have 3 tickets, it's going to be $9. And this converts to 1 comma 3, 2 comma 6, and 3 comma 9. So our table can also be listed as ordered pairs. Now you can look at them just as ordered pairs from the table. So this is 1 comma 3, 2 comma 6, 3 comma 9, or you can write them as ordered pairs. This graph is currently blank, so I'm going to put some labels on it. I've got ticket costs up here. Fix that really quick. Ticket costs. This is going to be your number of tickets along the bottom. Because this is the X, this is the Y. So this is going to be our cost in dollars. So I'm going to go over 1, up 3 for the first one. Over 2, up 6, 4, 5, 6. And then over 3 and up to 9 at the very top here. So we should have 3 points that kind of look like they're in a straight line. This is creating a ratio table, writing them as ordered pairs, and then putting those ordered pairs on the graph. So for part B, Ken's Home Supply sells fencing that costs $14 for every 3 feet. So you can see they put feet here, we've got cost here. So I've got 3 feet, and that cost is $14. If I want to do 3, 6, 9, and 12 feet of fencing, I'm going to continue my ratio for the cost. 14, 28, 42, and then 56. Now, if you look at your graph, the labels on the sides are a little bit different. Okay, you can see that it doesn't go up by ones this time. They're just slightly different to kind of accommodate for these larger numbers. So I've got 3 comma 14, 6 comma 28, 9 comma 42, and 12 comma 56. So on my graph here, the X values go by 2s. So each in between is 1. So I can fill those in if it's going to make it easier for me. And then along the side, we go by 5s here. So to do 14, we're going to have to go somewhere below 15. To do 28, we're going to have to be somewhere between 30 or 25 and 30. For 42, we're just a little bit higher than 40. And then for 56, we're right above 55. So 314 is going to be right about there. 628 is going to be right below 30. And then 942 is going to be just above 40. And then 12 is going to be at the very end of my graph here. 12 up to 56 is going to be right above 55. And again, those points should look like they're pretty close to a straight line. So I've plotted each of these points, and then they should fall in a pretty straight line from each other. Now that we've practiced creating the table, understanding the ordered pairs, and putting them on the graph, we are now going to use that to talk about the relationship between the values. So here it says to graph and interpret the ratio relationships. To make one batch of homemade modeling clay that can be used in arts and crafts, Sequoia mixed the ingredients shown in the table. So we've got this table over here. Graph the ratio relationship between the number of cups of water and the cups of flour for a total of 5 batches. So I've got 2 cups of water and 4 cups of flour. I'm going to make sure that I put those in the appropriate part of the table. So I've got 4 cups of flour here and 2 cups of water. And I want to do it for 5 batches, so I'm going to fill in this entire table. So 4, and then I go to 8, goes with 4, 12 goes with 6, 14 goes with 8, and 16 goes with 10. So this would be 1 batch. Okay, this should be 2 batches. This would be 3 batches. This is 4, and this is 5. Now I can go over to my graph, and I can see that this is the point 4, 2. This is the point 8, 4. This is the point 12, 6. This is 16, 8, and this is 20, 10. So they gave me, oh no, this, yeah. It's 4, 2, 8, 4. Oh, I messed that up. So this is right. This should be 16, 8, and then 20, 10. So sorry, my table was off there a little bit. I went by 2s on accident instead of 4s for the X's. So I've got 12, 16, then 20. So 12, 16, then 20. To describe the pattern in the ratio relationship, the graph of the points is a straight line. And the relationship shows for every 4 cups of flour, there are 2 cups of water. Okay, so we're kind of describing what the graph looks like and how the graph is changing. So for every 2 units that it goes up, it goes 4 units over. So it says this means that the number of cups of water increases by 2 as the number of cups of flour increases by 4. So this went up by 2, and then this went up by 4. Okay, so this side goes by 1s, and we're counting up 2 lines. And for this one, every 2 lines is 4. So this is creating the table, comparing it to the graph, and then stating what that relationship is. Okay, so we've got one more example here. To make 1 batch of nectar to feed hummingbirds, Melanie added 4 cups of boiling water for every cup of refined white sugar. create a table to represent the ratio relationship for a total of 5 batches and graph the relationship. Now, you'll see that my table is blank. If you're ever not sure how the information goes in the table, if the graph is already labeled, you can use those. So your X column always goes on the left. So this is going to be your refined white sugar. And this is going to be your boiling water. Here it says Melanie added 4 cups of boiling water for every cup of refined white sugar. When you do this, you're going to have the boiling water be on top and the white sugar to be on the bottom. This value on the right is the one that goes on top over the refined white sugar because we go up and then over. So I've got 4 cups of boiling water for every 1 cup of white sugar. So this is going to be your first batch. So this is 1 batch. So I've got 2, and then 8, 3, and then 12, 4, 16, and then 5, 20. So this is going to be 2 batches, 3 batches, 4 batches, and 5 batches. Now this time, instead of graphing it for you, I'm going to have you graph it. So I'm going to go over to 1 and then up to 4, over to 2 and then up to 8, over 3 and up to 12, over 4 up to 16, and then over 5 and up to 20. Again, that shows a line. So up here we said the graph of the points is a straight line. And for every 4 units up, you go 1 unit over. Or the same as saying, for every 4 cups of water, you have 1 cup of refined sugar. So we're going to write this sentence right here. It says this means the number of cups of water increases by so much. So here we're going to say this means the number of cups of boiling water increases by 4 for every cup of refined white sugar. Okay, so this is a straight line because we went up 4 units over 1, and this means the number of cups of boiling water increases by 4 for every cup of refined white sugar. So we started off by, can you plot the points? So can we plot our points in this very first check your skills area? Can we create a table of ordered pairs and graph that relationship? And then what can we say about that relationship? What does this graph look like and what does that mean? What is the ratio relationship and what does that mean? So here, a little bit less for you guys to fill in, and then here I have you guys write the entire sentence. I will do my best to make sure that you guys understand what the ratio means and how you put that in the table. And then how you continue that ratio in order to put it on the graph and then explain what that looks like. Most of our relationships right now are going to look like lines. So these dots are going to look like they're in a straight line, and that's supposed to happen. No new homework today. You guys will get a in-class work assignment homework work day tomorrow, along with your retake work and quizzes. So enjoy your day off of homework, and I will see you tomorrow.